Okay everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now this video doesn't really need an intro. I mean, everything you need to know is in the video title. So basically we're going to build, well not going to build, but we're going to choose the parts for a $500 PC build. I don't have the parts with me here or anything, I'm not going to build it, or at least not now. But if you are planning on building a budget computer around the $500 mark, this video may help you. We're going to go to PC Part Picker and we're going to choose what I think are some of the best parts for a $500 PC build that could play games and maybe do some light video editing and, you know, some work. But before we get into that, I just want to say if you have any questions about anything, leave them in the comment section below. I will be making a Q&A video soon, so if you want to be featured in that video, just leave me a question down below. If you already left a question in a previous video, you're fine. You could leave more here, but I will be answering those questions as well. Alright. Let's go on to the build. Make sure to like and subscribe. Alrighty, so here we are in PC Part Picker. Now I have a list of items for a computer build for around $500 on one end, but we're just going to go through it really quickly. So for the CPU, I am choosing a Ryzen 3 2200G because it's probably the best value CPU at the moment. It even has integrated graphics, I believe, that are like the equivalent to like a 1080, I mean a 1030, a GT 1030, not a 1080. So the Ryzen 3 2200G, about $95. That's a very good processor. It comes with a cooler, so we're not going to be including that. And for the motherboard, we have the MSI B450 M Pro, this one right here. The MSI B450 M Pro M2, $74. I don't think it's overclockable. I don't think it's capable of overclocking the processor, but I don't even know if this processor itself is overclockable. And besides, you're trying to save money at the moment, so you're not really worried about that. For RAM, we're going to go with some 8 gigs, Corsair Engines LPX, 2400 megahertz. Actually, you know what? We might go for a bit of a faster memory right here. Yeah, I think this G-Skill, I don't know how you say that, Aegis, $40, $3,000. From what I hear, Ryzen CPUs perform better if you use faster memory. So we're going to try to go with the fastest memory we can for a good price. Additional memory, for now, none. Storage, we're only going to go for a Western Digital 1TB hard drive because that's really all we could afford at the moment. If we have extra money, then we would add an SSD later on. But in the meantime, a 1TB hard drive should be all that we need. For the video card, I'm going to go with a 1050, the 1050 Ti version, and it's a little bit difficult to choose. So right here we have an Asus, this model, it's $135, but then we have a Zotac model, it's $34 more, 33, something like that. I'm not sure what's the difference completely. And then we have a regular 1050 for $120. So we're going to go, let's go with the $135 GTX 1050 and see how we are budget wise at the end. So for the case, we don't really have much wiggle room here. At this budget, you're not going to be, you know, getting an ultimate, you know, RGB build or anything like that. We're looking for a mini ATX case, micro ATX. And the one I had chosen was the Thermaltake H15, this one right here, $30. Let's take a look at it real quick. Thermaltake Versa H15, not H50. So that one should be good enough. It looks pretty good. It has a side panel. This case should be more than enough for the build we are building. A Rosewill 450 ARC power supply. It's actually the one I used with my PC transformation. Black sleeves, black sleeved cables, all the cables are black, no mustard, nothing like that. 450 watts is more than enough than we need. I don't even think our graphics card needs any extra power. It just goes plugged into the motherboard and that's it. The CPU, the motherboard, all that stuff doesn't really take that much power, at least not these. It says right here 167 watts, so we're gonna have 300 to spare. We should be good. In case we need any upgrades later on, we should be perfectly fine with that. We have enough wiggle room. Optical drive, not applicable. I don't even think this case has an optical drive space, a bay. Operating system. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Right now we are at $451. If we choose an operating system like Windows 10, that's already $100 more. This is going to go to $550 plus tax because that's not even included there. I've made a video about this before. If you go to SCD key, you can actually get a Windows 10 professional key. This one right here is $16 for Windows 10 Pro. Normal price for the Pro version is like $300. So, I mean, might as well do yourself a favor. I have tried it and it does work. Actually, this computer is running the Pro version because of SCD key. It used to have just the Home, but now it's running the Pro. $16, Windows 10 Pro, that's gonna bring you down to $475, $477, something like that. So you should be good with the operating system. Software, that's external. A monitor though. this is where you're gonna have to spend some extra money. You're gonna have to plan for this a little bit separately, because this is only for the PC, the computer, the tower. I mean, obviously you need a monitor, so you're gonna have to plan for that separately. If you don't have the money to get the monitor and the computer in under 500 bucks, then you're gonna have to change some parts and lower the price a little bit. You could find a cheaper monitor like on OfferUp, or you know, a used website like that, eBay. Actually, someone left in the comment section below on one of my videos that they bought the monitor I have for 50 bucks. So if you could do that, you should be able to get a decent monitor for a low price. It was the Asus VX238H that they got for 50 bucks, and that monitor is actually perfect for a computer like this one. You're not going to be playing in 1440 or anything. 1080p is perfectly fine, and that monitor can handle it perfectly. And that's pretty much it. Peripherals, I mean, you could buy a $20 keyboard, a $10 mouse to get started with. Here's a great example of a mouse you could get from EasySMX. I don't get paid by these guys or anything, but I do recommend their products because they are cheap, and I have tried them and they work. You could also get a controller in case you're used to playing with a controller, and they also have a keyboard, but I can't seem to find it. So we came down to $451. Base total is $481. That's without any mail-in rebates. Out of our $500 budget, actually if we add the Windows key, then it's about $496, $497. So we are like right there. And if you find other ways to save money, then you could actually upgrade your graphics card maybe to a 1063 gig, or maybe get a different case, more memory, add an SSD for your operating system as a boot drive, make the load times a little bit faster. You could do so many things if you just play around with the components here, but this is my computer here. $450. I mean, it's not my computer, but it's the build, the components I would choose for a $500 build to play games at good settings, to compete with PS4 and Xbox One, maybe even outperform them in some games. You're not going to be playing in 4K, but you could play in full HD at good settings. If you're playing Overwatch, FortNite, Rocket League, you know, those types of games, you could go highest settings without a problem. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like. Leave me a budget in the comment section below, and I'll make one of these videos for that budget. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.